Found this in the grass next to a footpath. This is extremely rare. You don't see these every day. Let's see how we go with this. I don't know how it's going to look, if it's going to look any good or if it's going to be a piece of shit disappointment, but it's very hard. Photocopier art isn't always easy, it goes to show. So, yeah. I think I'll leave it on 100 for this. Okay, let's see what this is. It is, right, a cat eye. An unusual colour, and you can just see the reflection there, just a flash of light at the edge there. These are rare. These are usually on the foot on a road. I think they mark a fire hydrant being there, and I think we're going to make it this way. I'm going to move it around. We did a yellow one successfully, so if we could do a yellow one, we could do a nice one here. So let's see how we go with this. A bit dirty and filthy, yuck. Now it's taking a bit of time, folks. Let's see how we go with this one. Yeah, that looks really quite interesting. There is some reflective colour in it. This looks really quite interesting. Still looks a bit dull in the rest of the areas, but I'm going to do another one and see if I can make a better version. These are really notoriously difficult to work with. They're not an easy thing to utilise in these demos that I make. Anything with reflectors is really difficult. Reflectors are really difficult to second guess. They just don't work very well most of the time. You can just see a little bit of a flash here and there. I think this first version looks better, even though it looks a bit minimalist. I do wonder if we're going to leave it like that and we're going to try that again. Try and get it to really flash. Yeah, looks interesting, but again, it's not flashing enough and it's not in the right shape. Even the first one has a nice look to it shape-wise. I'm going to try another one. Dear, dirty, filthy, dirty yuck. I can feel it on my fingers. Anyway, that's come up looking quite interesting. It's not quite there yet. I don't like it. I do think maybe we should go with this. It has more shape to it. It has a more pleasing shape. I don't think we're getting anywhere. Well, maybe we'll do one more, and the sun's starting to break through and it's probably going to ruin the presentation of this precious piece. I was hoping not to have to deal with the sun doing that. It looks interesting. Still not doing what I quite want it to do. I'm going to try and spin it around the opposite direction and see what happens if I do it this way, facing left. See if it's shit by comparison, or if it's better. You just don't know until you've experimented, folks. This is an experimental piece, as we all know, so it's not going to be an easy piece. And it's come up even better. The colour in that, the reflection in that is a lot nicer, I do think. I like that overall reflective look to it. So we're going to do it like that from now on. That's what happens, the old saying, folks, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Yeah, that's come up looking quite interesting. The colour is flashing, but I still don't like the shapes that I'm achieving. I'm not achieving the shapes that I want to achieve like the first version. I think the first version has the best shape overall. I'm just going to turn that around like so. Just slide it around on the glass. You can't control movement easily, folks. Folks, movement is difficult, make no mistake. Movement is always a difficult thing to control when you're doing photocopier art. Movement is very, very difficult, and that's come up looking nice, but again, it's not what I'm after. I do think maybe I could enlarge it. Yeah, that looks really quite interesting. Not quite what I'm after, but it's starting to look something. Trying to get the shapes happening, folks. Yeah, again, the colours, I do get a reflection, but I don't get the right shape that I'm after. I'm after a certain shape to this one, folks. I need a shape, a really nice one. It's a difficult one, folks. He's trying to get a good shape as well as a good reflectance. It's just not the shape that I'm after. It's not what I'm wanting. It just keeps eluding me, folks. It just keeps eluding me. I do think maybe this could make a nice, maybe minimalist piece, but I'm not a fan of minimalism, folks. I don't like minimalism as a general rule. I like things to have a certain amount of complexity, not too complex, but not too simple, as in minimalism. And that's come up looking interesting, but again, it's not what I'm after. It's not the shape that I'm after. I need something more angled, more interesting. More like the first version, but I'm not using the same enlargement, the reduction, same size. trying to crack it, folks. I just can't seem to crack it. It's really difficult, this one. These cat eyes are notoriously difficult things to utilise. They're really hard. I really struggle to make sense of how to make them look good, how to make them come up a treat when they're just so fucking recalcitrantly difficult to work with. It's recalcitrance, you could say. Difficult, really, really fucking hard. Fucking difficult to work with, these fuckers. Folks, I feel fucking frustrated. I'm getting really annoyed at this one. I just can't seem to get the sweet spot of this piece. I'm trying to get recognised as an artist, folks. I'm trying to get into the 6 o'clock news on Channel 9 to have my stuff aired so I can get in touch with a lost partner as well and to put my past behind me. And yes, this is challenging work that I do, folks. It's not for everyone. Photocopier art is not something for a lot of people. A lot of people wouldn't have the patience to do it, or they might think it's too easy. But photocopier art, like any kind of art, poses challenges, and you just have to somehow weigh up the pros and cons of the challenge. I'm trying to think, well, is this one going to work, or is this one going to be a piece of shit? Is it going to be worth the hard work that I'm putting into it, or is it going to be a flop? Is it going to be a flop? I do wonder if this one's going to work. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm just going to put this one aside for now. Just try maybe making this one into something or other. I don't know if it's going to work, if it's going to look any good, if it's going to be a goer, if it's going to be a piece of fucking dumb compromise. So it's really a difficult one I'm doing here, folks. I'm just going to try one and see how it looks, and my hands all sweating. I don't seem to be getting the sweet spot of this job. I think the first one was probably the best. And that looks... I don't know what to make of this piece, if it's any good or if it's a piece of shit. I don't know, folks. It's really, really, really a difficult one to work out. And it's not that reflective as I'd like it to be. Trying to take a deep breath, folks. But this is a rare find, and I wanted to make it something good out of it. You don't find these blue ones on the side of the road very often. You don't find them at all very often there. It's very rare. I've never seen one off the street. You normally see white or yellow ones, primarily. And but I'm trying to get on the 6 o'clock news to get in touch with my partner Luigi, and also to get recognised as an artist. I don't want to be reliant on the disability support pension because I'm disabled. I don't want to be the sum total of my disability. I want to be the sum total of my genius as an artist, as a photocopier artist. I want to be recognised as an artist, not a fucking disabled dropkick. Not a fucking... You know, my dad thinks I'm a bottom feeder because I'm disabled. So, really, Now I've just gone over 15 minutes. I was hoping to beat the clock, but that's come up looking quite striking, I guess. It's not too bad. It's got a rhythmic appeal to it. I think we can now call this demo quits.